I grew up in one of the mill houses, and that from the time I was born, that was the main industry here in town. Both my parents worked in the mill. Every morning at 20 minutes to 7, the whistle blew, and that was indicating, telling people it was time to go to work. And at 7 o'clock, if it went off and you weren't at work yet, you knew you were late then.
Well, my mother, my sister, my brother, basically all of us worked in the mill.
You were either a mill worker or you didn't work, you were staying at home with children, and you definitely were an A.L. Brown football fan.
Because when I came here in 1970, I crossed that railroad track, and a whistle blew, and I don't know, 18,000 people came out of the building, and it stopped traffic for like maybe 20 minutes. And then I had an appointment at 4 o'clock with Barry Hudson. And when I cross that railroad track now, it's not that. You don't see anything.
That's all it was back then. When you come from family of 14, you got to go to work to help support the family.
A lot of the departments had softball teams and basketball teams and that type thing. And in fact, our team was a tin shop, and we played the electric shop, and the different parts of the mill, like number 7 wee room had a team, and it was kind of like different fraternities within the mill, from different places people work.
So the 4th of July was a big event here. The mill closed down. Everyone went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You lived for that week of the 4th.
The whole city virtually took a vacation during that week.
When you get that textile cotton in your blood, you're a linhead, and that's what you are.
Because I started off in number 2 card room down at Plant 4, and that was back when the mill still had actual windows in the plants. And the lint and the dust, if you wanted to get some fresh air, you went over and stuck your head out the window. That's the only way you was going to get any, to tell you the honest truth.
It was always jobs there. You could always go to the mill and get a job.
When I started working here in Kannapolis, I had a substantial amount of my client base from the mill. So a lot of them, I cannot give a percentage, but probably about 30% of my client base will have been the mill workers or their family.
And I worked in a sheet metal shop. That was just, at that time, that was about the best job you could get, in Kannapolis. So that was where I went into when I got right out of high school.
Everybody treated everybody like family. If somebody needs something, you helped, or if somebody was sick, you would go around and make up for them and send them money to help carry them through while they was out. And when my father died, I couldn't ask for a better person. That was just family to me. I got all kind of cards and a flower and everything. And Kenna Mills was just, then it went to Pilatex and all that. And the boss men and the higher-ups, they were like us. They didn't go around with their snoot up. They were just like us. They'd walk through, and if they see you, they'd speak to you, and they'd stop and talk to you, and ask you how things was going. And if they had any questions, you'd answer them. It was just a big family. That's all it was when you worked in Kenna Mills.
When Mr. Murdoch bought the company in '82, the company started evolving then. The company changed. That changed us from a family-operated company to a corporation. A lot of the supervisors and high officials lost their jobs when that happened.
When Mr. Cannon owned it, you didn't have to have a union. Everything was equally. But then as it was being bought and everything was being done, it was like benefits was taken away. You barely could make it. They was cutting salaries and everything. So we needed a union for justice and to keep our salary, get some sick days and all that.
The company was hard to deal with, to the point that, raises were very far and in between, and, they tried to cut out as many benefits as they possibly could, But once the union got in, things began to change, but then again, the company began to change too.